The Pentagon, the only organization that wants the latest technology and the worst decision makers in the entire globe. Now, they're really outdoing themselves this time, asking for an AI program that, frankly, is just a little spooky. But is the reality that the Pentagon somehow is still behind the times? I'm Paul, U.S. Army combat veteran. Let's talk about it. Okay, so this is a pretty crazy story. Now, this is the sort of summary from this website, Futurism, saying that the Pentagon wants to operate AI personas that might be coming to an internet forum near you. This is from The Intercept, who obtained a sort of wish list document by the Joint Special Operations Command, the counterterrorism. They handle all special operations. They're not just counterterrorism in the DoD. They handle all sorts of special missions: hostage rescue, classic counterterror, foreign internal defense, etc., etc. But they have a request in for something that I think is pretty interesting. And one of the things you got to understand about JSOC is that one of the things that makes them special is that they have special acquisition authority. If they want a gee-whiz piece of technology, the U.S. government has a special set of rules for them that mean that the typical bullshit lengthy acquisition process just doesn't apply to them. They can get high-tech gear faster into the field with less oversight and red tape. It's one of the reasons, actually, that the JSOC has grown to become a huge portion of the DoD, particularly around its missions. When the DoD needs to get something done, it's just easier to have guys who can just go to a company, say, we want this, we want that, we want this, swipe a credit card, and take it into the field, right? In contrast, the United States government needs to spend years sometimes simply passing through a lengthy contracting and acquisitions process. So JSOC says that, well, you know what? I don't even have to read the article. Just take a look at this. This is actually an unclassified 2024. It's called a technical interest item, something they're interested. And they want user-generated content support, video, imagery, voice, calling it advanced analytics, right? They say special operations forces are interested in technologies that can generate convincing online personas for use on social media platforms, social networking sites, and other online content. The solution should include facial and background imagery, facial and background video, and audio layers. So as we tease out, we see exactly what they think they're going to use it for. They say, one, that they're going to use this capability to gather information from public online forums. But that's almost certainly not entirely true because, again, public online forums, you don't need a persona to access most public online forums. Again, right? So, but here's where they say. They want one KPP, key performance parameter, I think. They want 2D and 3D baseline facial imagery with style generative adversarial networks, right? So they want a two-dimensional and three-dimensional face created fictionally that can withstand human and machine scrutiny, appear to be a unique individual, recognizable as human, but does not exist in the real world, have pictures for all angles and light conditions, sunlight, dusk, candlelight, all right, from all spectrums of possible people, have multiple expressions, and look at this, include government identification quality photos upon customer request, right? Customers shall provide unique individual characters, ethnicity, age, gender, etc., right? And they want additional photo access within 72 hours on the platform. They also want this same person to be able to produce selfie-type video, providing the appearance of self-stop footage to withstand human and machine scrutiny, as well as virtual landscape, including backgrounds associated with the selfie video, right? They also want audio layers able to inject audio into the video. So what overall is the picture we're seeing here? Is that what they want to create, and I think this is pretty obvious, right? And before I actually break down exactly how I think they're going to use this, I want to mention that if you feel like you are just an AI-generated person, you might need a little bit of extra energy to get yourself back to the real world. That's why I created Strike Gum. 90 milligrams caffeine, 100 milligrams alpha GPC, zero sugar, veteran-owned, made in the USA. There's a reason we are the top-rated energy gum on Amazon, right? But you can find us at strikegum.com. That's where you can get all your discounts. Or, of course, you can go to Amazon and search Strike Gum. So check us out. The link is in the description. Okay, so here's what I think they're going to use this for, right? They want to create a convincing person who can video chat, who can produce pictures, and who can produce audio. And what I think they're going to do is try to use this as a sort of honeypot, right? Because here's the problem. Let's say that you're a grizzled or you're an analyst working for the Navy SEALs. And the Navy SEALs, they know that there's a bunch of 20-something Houthis who are in the desert somewhere, and they are launching rockets into shipping vessels. Well, you're a 25-year-old Arab, you're a 25-year-old Houthi rebel, okay? You're a dude, you live in the desert, you haven't showered in a long time, and frankly, you're probably thinking with your little brain. You're probably pretty lonely. In fact, you're probably very lonely. And if there's one thing we've learned about irregular forces like this, they're also pretty dumb, right? They're not that smart. There's a reason why they take a lot of casualties. And so you're also on the internet, and you're also, here's the other problem, you're also a crazy person, right? Like you're a Houthi rebel, again, living in the dirt, firing rockets at shipping vessels. You aren't wealthy. You aren't powerful. You're on the bottom rung of an organization that even your own fellow Yemenis think is trash. So what do you think the marriage prospects of someone like that are? They're pretty low, right? There's a reason why ISIS had to take all of those sex slaves captive. It's because women weren't exactly battering down their doors looking to become ISIS brides, right? Willingly. Again, when you're an extremist, by definition, there's not a lot of other people that share your extreme worldview. And so the JSOC says this is an opportunity. But they're not going to be able, right? If you're, imagine, you know, in today's day and age, you can't just send somebody a rando Facebook DM and expect them to take the bait. You've got to create a whole ass persona. So imagine this guy, this horny, lonely weirdo gets a message on Facebook from an attractive Arab woman looking for a crazy person to fall in love with. But then here's the catch. They have to have authentic looking profiles. So you can't just have one photo of an attractive woman. You got to have a dozen photos, and then you've got to have a convincing online persona, right? And you know what that means. That means you're going to have, I don't know what the Arab or Yemeni version of this is, but in the United States, we'd expect a person to have a LinkedIn, a Facebook maybe, an Instagram account with some convincing photos. Here's me and my mom, right? All that sort of stuff. All that collectively helps make a person feel real and fleshed out. Then, of course, the classic case study of, hey, I want to see this person. I want to talk to them. And so the ability to produce even short form video content is going to really put people's guards down. And once you've got their guards down, once they believe that this person they're chatting with is the actual, an actual woman who could actually potentially marry them, that's where the intelligence collection can really start, right? Because once you have this trust, then you can start to farm them for information about their movements, where they're located. Where can we meet, my love? Right? Oh, I'm near such and such. Right? A day later, a cruise missile is right in your forehead. So, multiply this across all these domains, right? Replace Houthi rebel with Chinese military functionary. Replace it with Russian mid-level officer. Replace it with, FARC guerrilla. Here's the thing, guys. There's a reason why, like, scantily clad women are in basically every piece of media aimed at men. It's because you can literally shut not all men, obviously, but a lot of these people, you can diminish their ability to perform critical thinking when they have what they think is a chance to reproduce. So that, I think, is the scam here that they're trying to say, right? They're not trying to imitate grandma. They're not trying to create a whole dead internet. They literally just want to become really good at getting intel from honeypots. I mean, again, imagine if you knew you're a Navy SEAL, you're gonna raid this base, you're gonna raid this training facility, and the girlfriend of one of them, you say, hey, you enter into the inputs. You say, try to get this guy to give you a video tour of his room. And then the idiot does it. He pulls out his phone and he walks around. He goes, this is where I shower. This is my bedroom. Then you go down the hall here. That's where we store the weapons. Oh, and look here. This is the room with the missile. I can't show you that. And then the Navy SEALs go, dude, we have the layout. The potential here is huge. And it is spooky. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not here like this is great. No way this will backfire. The problem is people go, oh, how dare the U.S. government try to do this to us? My brother in Christ, the Russian government is already doing it to us. They are using AI-powered bot farms to impersonate Americans, creating fake identities and using them to try to manipulate you. You are already living in the dead internet, loaded with pro-Kremlin bots. So the only question is, why does the United States military, why are they behind the times? Why can't they also impersonate, right? Like Chinese military officers' waifu girlfriend. Right? Like, why can't we fake impersonate the main squeeze of a Houthi rebel, right? Why is it only Russia who pretends to be Americans who totally manipulates people like this, right? This is classic stuff. And this is something where this is the reality that nobody wants to talk about, right? One of the things that the Intercept article says, they go, well, this is just going to encourage other countries to do it. No, dude. Other countries doing it has encouraged JSOC to get off their asses and move on this. So again, is it dystopian? Yeah. Is it bad? Yeah. Is it like pretty spooky? Yes. Is it too late to stop? Also, yes. So we might as well at least have the good guys, our guys, have access to this tech, right? Anyway, that's all I had. Thanks to James Gerling, Steve Moran, Doug Beck, Alan Knudsen, Bastian Himmerling, Brian Kelly, Dale McCombs, James Ola, and Henry Roosier, as well as all of our lieutenant tier members. I couldn't do this without you guys. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.